Who's the one person you loved most but shouldn't have? My older brother Rowan was my hero growing up. He taught me how to ride a bike, play with my manly part the right way, defended me from bullies, and always had my back. When our parents fought, he'd sneak into my room with snacks and we'd watch cartoons until I fell asleep. I worshipped him. Rowan was everything I wanted to be. Tall, confident, funny. He had this way of making everyone laugh, even our strict dad. When I was 8 and broke mom's favorite vase, Rowan took the blame and got grounded for a week. He just winked at me and said, "That's what big brothers do." Every weekend we'd build these elaborate fort cities in the backyard using old sheets and lawn chairs. Rowan would create these whole storylines where we were knights or space explorers. He'd spend hours making sure every detail was perfect, just to see me smile. When I started middle school and kids made fun of my glasses, Rowan walked me to school every single day for 2 months. Nobody dared mess with me when Rowan was around. He was a sophomore then, popular and athletic, but he never acted embarrassed to be seen with his nerdy little brother. When Rowan turned 18, he started hanging with this new crowd. They'd come over when our parents weren't home, smoking and playing loud music. Rowan seemed cooler, more confident. These guys had motorcycles and talked about parties I'd never been to. At first, I thought it was awesome. My brother was becoming even more popular. He'd ruffle my hair and introduce me as my little bro to his friends, and I felt so proud. But things started changing slowly. Rowan stopped helping me with homework. Our weekend fort building sessions ended. When I'd ask him to play video games, he'd say he was too busy or too old for kid stuff. "You need to grow up a little," he'd say, but not meanly, just different. One afternoon, I came home early from school with a fever and found Rowan going through mom's purse on the kitchen counter. "What are you doing?" I asked, confused. "Nothing, just borrowing some cash," he said, stuffing bills in his pocket. "Mom said I could." I felt weird about it but didn't say anything. He was my brother. Rowan wouldn't lie to me, but then I remembered Mom complaining the week before about missing $20. She thought she'd miscounted at the grocery store. The incidents got worse over the next few months. Dad's wallet would be lighter after Rowan came home late. Mom's jewelry started disappearing. First her earrings, then a bracelet Grandma gave her. When she confronted Rowan about it, he'd get defensive and angry. "Why would I steal from my own family?" he'd shout. "You guys never trust me." He'd storm out, and I'd watch from my bedroom window as he met up with his friends down the street. They'd all laugh about something, and Rowan would pull out cigarettes or energy drinks, things that cost money he shouldn't have had. "He's just going through a phase," I'd tell myself. Rowan's still the same person who protected me, but deep down, I knew something was wrong. I started noticing other things too, how he'd disappear for hours without explanation, how his eyes looked different sometimes, glassy and unfocused, how he'd get angry over nothing, slamming doors and cursing at Mom when she asked simple questions. Then came my 16th birthday. I'd been saving for months to buy this guitar I wanted, working odd jobs, doing extra chores, even selling some of my old video games. Had exactly $400 hidden in my desk drawer, wrapped in an old t-shirt. I'd been planning to surprise Rowan with the news, hoping maybe we could play music together like old times. The money was gone. I tore apart my room thinking I'd misplaced it, but I knew exactly where it had been. My hands shook as I checked every possible hiding spot twice. I found Rowan in the garage with his friends, laughing about something. When I asked about the money, he looked me dead in the eye and said, "I don't know what you're talking about, man. Maybe you miscounted." His friend was holding my guitar. I never looked at him the same way again.